Welcome to Nerd Talk, the podcast that talks about comics and everything in between. Now, here are your hosts, Dylan and Ian.
What up, nerds, and welcome back to Nerd Talk. So, we're gonna be talking a bit about Jessica Jones today. No spoilers at all, and we're like 5 or 6 episodes in. We're like in the middle of episode 5 or 6.
Yeah, because we have lives.
Well, no, because when Daredevil came out, I finished that really quickly, but I'm not as enthused about Jessica Jones.
I just finished Daredevil, by the way.
Yeah, you just finished Daredevil.
Gotta let it
He
last.
finished it right before.
Gotta let it
He
last.
watched the first episode with me on like the Friday.
We watched the first
it came
like 3
out.
episodes together, and then I went to work, and you started watching them while I was at work.
But no, no,
Yes.
not just work. I would ask you to watch them. You never wanted to
No,
watch them.
you already
no.
watched them at work.
Even by yourself, it took you till now to finish the show. That's why I didn't watch them with you, because I knew it would take you forever to watch them. And it did. It took till now for you to finish Daredevil. Anyways, Jessica Jones, no spoilers, so you don't have to worry about that. It has the same like. My fear came to life, which was the fact that it would be a decent show, and I just don't care about the main character. So, like, same thing with Peggy Carter. Peggy Carter is not a bad show. I just don't care about the main character. Same here. The show's not bad. I just don't care about Jessica Jones. And a big part of that is the fact that the actress is no Charlie Cox. She's not that good. She's not bad, but she's not a great actress. I know I will. I don't care. But, you know what I mean? Like, Charlie Cox, you're like, he is Daredevil. He owns the role. Her playing Jessica Jones, I'm like... That feels.
They try to make her too tough all the time.
No, it's because she can't pull it off acting wise. Peggy Carter, I don't remember her name. Haley Atwell pulls it off way better than she does. As being like more believably tough because she's a better actress.
I don't know. I thought they try to make her too tough all the time. She drinks too much.
No, okay. The first, because she's an alcoholic. The first episode was.
Well, there's no way I knew she was an alcoholic. No way.
Because
no way. Are you kidding me right now? She's an alcoholic? What?
So,
I would never have guessed that.
Anyways, in the first episode, they shove it in your face. Like, every 2 seconds, she's got a glass in her hand. They're like, hey, she's an alcoholic. Did you know she's an alcoholic? She's an alcoholic. Did you know that she's an alcoholic? In case you didn't know, she's an alcoholic.
She's drinking again. She's an alcoholic.
After that, they've done pretty good to where it's just occasionally, and it's like, okay, I get it. She's an alcoholic. That's fine. But episode 1, it was just constant. Like, she's an alcoholic. But, yeah, I think that's mainly because I just don't like the actress. She doesn't do it for me. I don't think she's that good of an actress.
I guess there's something about her that just makes me not like her. I don't know what it is. There's something about her. And one of my big issues with the show. I mean, we're only 5-6 episodes in, but we're at least in episode 5, and you really still don't know what her powers are or her limitations. And the bad guy in the series, his power is really not defined well at all. It's really stupid.
It's like mind control, but you can overcome it sometimes.
Like, she's all like, if he gets close to me, he can mind control me again. Well, in the flashback scene, is it a spoiler or not?
What? Don't.
I'm not gonna tell him what happened. She basically like.
Oh yeah, you don't. Yeah.
He tries to mind control her. She just walks away from him. She's immune. Like she's immune. Like he mind controls her, and then she just walks away. But she's like, he can mind control you if he's close to you. You show that you can just walk away from it. Like, what the hell is that? And then I was like, well, maybe it's looking in your eyes. And then that's not it. And they do a terrible job of explaining his power, how powerful it is, and how you stop it. And 5 episodes in, you should have a better understanding than you have right now.
Yeah. Like, they haven't done, but right now, like, there's also a lot of useless stuff. Like, she's got these weird, kinky, like, twin neighbors that I just don't care about. They keep wasting time on.
I'm sure they're going to do something
Her
with
boss
that.
is having trouble with her marriage, and she's cheating on her, and, like, there's getting divorced. I don't care about that either.
Well, they are really shoving that in your face.
No, like, there's these multiple storylines that I just don't care about, and they have nothing to do with, like, the central plot.
I'll tell you what, though, Dylan was right. We were watching it last night, and Dylan said every like twist or turn the show has done, we've called. Like, yeah, Dylan will call one thing, and then I'll call the next thing. And it's just like there's no surprises. There's no nothing you're gonna be absolutely surprised.
Not yet.
Daredevil
We're not done with the show yet.
Daredevil had one part where I was surprised. But besides that, I pretty much could call everything was going to happen in that.
Hold on, spoilers for Daredevil real quick, because that show's been out, so we can talk about spoilers. You called Ben Urich dying.
No, I called... Yeah, Ben Urich, I thought he was going to die. The one dude I did not think was going to die was what it's called.
Wesley.
Ben Urich, I thought... Especially when he showed up in his apartment, I was like, he's dead.
Yeah, when he shows up at his apartments, that's...
But up until then, there's too many... Netflix likes to have like a core core group of characters, like not like Arrow that's like, let's have 15 of them and you get to know about everyone. They like to have like 3 or 4, and they like to get you attached to one of them and then get rid of them. Yeah. And so, you know, it wasn't going to be Daredevil, it wasn't going to be Foggy, at least not yet. It wasn't going to be Karen.
Hold on, the phone is ringing. It hasn't happened in a while, but the phone's ringing. We'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. It's just my work calling, and I didn't answer because I don't want to go in today. Anyways.
What was I ranting on?
What? No, you're just talking about Daredevil.
So yeah, they have a core group of characters. So you knew Foggy wasn't gonna die. You knew Karen wasn't gonna die. Not yet, at least. Wesley, I did not think he was gonna die. But someone on the good side had to die, and the only one that was gonna be Dylan would have been Kevin Urich.
Kevin Urich, really?
What's his name?
Not Kevin. It's Ben. And the phone's ringing again.
Ben Urich. Is it Winn-Dixie again?
No, it says unknown name, private number. So it doesn't matter.
So it was. You knew someone was gonna die, just like this year. Jessica Jones, someone relatively close to her is gonna die.
Probably.
I don't know who it's gonna be yet. I mean, the obvious choice right now would be Malcolm. Of course, I've only been 5 episodes in. He's more of the obvious choice to be. I feel like
Hope would be obvious though too.
Hope.
She's the chick that's in the insane asylum for doing.
Oh
stuff.
yeah, but is she really that close?
Spoil anything. But yeah, she's close to her. That's the whole reason she did.
So there's a couple of them, but they always like to do that. So like, I really only call one surprise. But Daredevil was so good, and they didn't fall out like Arrow. I love using Arrow as an example because Arrow is most cliched. This happens, you know exactly how the character's gonna respond. There's no how do you say, like, suspense to what they're going to do because you know exactly how every character's going to respond. Especially Laurel. There you go, Danny. You know exactly how Laurel's going to respond in every situation because her character's most cliche. That's not Laurel's fault. That's just how they write her. She's the most cliched character out there. I mean, and most hypocritical. How dare you keep secrets? You kept secrets? Well, that's different.
Because you did.
Yeah.
So she just justified herself, basically.
But, it's just Jessica Jones hasn't many surprises, and the show to me has not been as good as Daredevil. Like you said, I don't care about her near as much as I care about Daredevil.
She's not because I think that's mainly because the actress.
But my biggest issue with the show is how you just don't really like. I feel like it's kind of like Kingpin. Like you sort of knew Kingpin was like this big dude who like beat up people and stuff. You didn't know how like really he had powers or not. I think they're gonna do that with should we say his name or the bad? Just the bad guy in the show. You don't really know.
Say the bad guy's name.
Kilgrave. You don't really know what.
Everyone knows who the bad guy is.
They're not gonna really explain like what differentiates his power. Just he has a really stupid weakness, but which is everybody's weakness.
I know. Yeah.
That was a bad choice of weakness.
His weakness was like okay, so his weakness is the exact same. It's like saying Batman's weakness is bullets. It's like so is everyone else.
It'd be like saying Superman's weakness is bullets. Like what makes him so super then? You literally kill him the same way you kill anybody else. And it was. I mean, obviously the guy's weakness is bullets, but that's not his. That's not the one she's using. But It's just that's what frustrates me, and I don't think because how Daredevil was, I don't think they're gonna fully explain why that one time she's able to just walk away, not ignore him, and all the other times
they might. We'll see.
The other times, it's just so far that's been the most frustrating part of it. Luke Cage has been great so far. I really like him.
Here's what I'll say about the characters though: is there's only like 2 characters I like right now. It's Luke Cage and Kilgrave. Kilgrave we've seen hardly any at all, but when he's on screen, he's really good.
I sort of like the one cop too.
He's all right.
He's all right.
He's alright.
He's more of a cartoonish character, though.
Yeah, Troy Baker cop. You look at him, tell me he does not look like Troy Baker. He looks just like a more beefed up Troy Baker. Anyways,
Luke Cage is definitely
Trish is annoying.
Yeah, she is.
But hold on, one thing I want to get into. I think Trish is hot. You don't.
I think she's good looking. I think she's the default good looking girl.
No, when I said I thought she's hot, you were like, yeah.
She can look hot.
I think
she's definitely.
I want people to tell me like she's annoying, but I think she's good looking. Now I want people's opinions on that.
Out of the Netflix Marvel show, she's the best looking girl.
Yes, but she's good.
But I would take Iris over her.
I don't know.
I'd take
That's
Iris.
Hard to say.
I'll take Iris.
That's hard to say.
And I love blondes, but Iris. I like Iris.
If we're going off looks alone, it's hard to say. If not just looks and personality too, then yeah, definitely Iris because this chick's annoying.
No, like
I like Iris.
If you were gonna go out with one of them.
Well, that's personality.
All right, who's better looking? Let's list them. The best looking girl from each of the 4 TV shows. All right, so from Daredevil,
no, from Daredevil it'd be Night Nurse.
Night Nurse, okay, yeah, Night Nurse, and then from Flash it's definitely Iris. Although Patty looks good.
Yeah, Patty looks good too.
Flat Arrow.
Sarah.
Diggle.
Dig what? Okay.
I don't like any of them.
No, I'd say Sarah.
Yes, but she's not really a part of the show. Let's go with people that are on the show.
Part of the show.
No, you cannot.
Sarah.
You do not get away with saying
Yeah,
Sarah.
I'm saying Sarah.
You gotta pick one of the three.
Screw you, I'm saying Sarah.
You gotta pick one of the three.
Screw you, I'm saying Sarah.
Oh, I'll say Thea just by default.
Thea, no.
I hate Felicity too much, and I can't stand Laurel. So it's not that she's the prettiest one. All right, if we're just going by looks, okay, get rid of their personality, Ian. Get rid of
Just
their
going by
personality.
look, Felicity's the best looking out of the three of them.
Yeah, I guess so.
If we're going, but Sarah, I'd say is the best looking. If you're bringing Sarah,
And
into
then, obviously, Jessica Jones. It's Trish.
it. Yeah. You know, you were saying.
Oh, I forgot Patty. Patty is nice looking. I like Patty.
How do you do? That's what I don't understand. Is how Flash is good female characters and Arrow's female characters are atrocious.
Yeah.
That's what I don't understand. They're like the same writers.
My favorite part of Flash this year wasn't when Harrison Wells came back.
King Shark.
Wasn't when King Shark. Wasn't when Professor Zoom. Although those were all awesome parts. My favorite part of the show was when, spoilers, it was a few episodes ago, when Joe and Iris sat down and talked about her mother coming back, and for once they didn't have Iris be like, "How dare you?" Like, Laurel, how dare you? You
Dear
son
God,
of
stop! Don't be so loud. Look at the like we see the
Anywho,
level of the mic right now. It just
Laurel
got
would have
so-
been all over her father, and Iris was like, "You know, Dad, I understand. I sympathize," and it was so refreshing because like that's how 95% of people in that situation would react, because they'd be like, "I understand how it was." Besides Laurel, who lives in the land of the lost and delusional, who's like, "I deserve to know everything, no matter what." But I can.
Even though I hid my dead sister's death from my father,
And then I went and resurrected her, hiding that from everybody.
she did it. Yeah, her father didn't. Did her father ever lie to her about something?
He did, but that was a while ago. But Laurel remembers everything.
And then she lies back.
You
to him.
lied to
Like,
me about
it's
how many pieces of
justified.
candy you gave to me on my 4th birthday. I mean, it's just... But, yeah, Iris.
Anyways, back to Jessica Jones. Also, let's
Hit me
get into
up.
the fight scene. The fight scenes are boring as, like, they're
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's literally just Jessica Jones throwing people around. It's like, this is so boring looking.
Hey,
the
the
best fight scene was when the G.I. Joe dude got into it. That's the best fight
I
yet.
do like it when she's, like, sneaking around being a private eye. I do like
That's
that
cool,
aspect
yeah.
of the show. It's just most of the time it's her just watching people make out.
Yeah.
And there's way too many sex scenes in this show.
Like, there was the first sex scene really, like, that's
It was
another,
awkward.
hold on, that's
It was
another
weird.
thing I'm saying that's, like, just useless in the show. It's like, okay, you can say they had sex, like, I don't need to see her having sex with them. They're just turning around. It's like, I don't need to see the fact that she wants to take it from behind, okay? I don't need to see that. It's
like-
not an important story aspect of the show.
It goes along with the cussing and the drinking. It's like, we're not movie Marvel. We can do this stuff. And so we're going to throw it so much in your face.
We're mature, unlike
Yes,
movie Marvel.
to show you that we can do, and like they always gotta do it. And it's like, yeah, I understand that, but they overuse it
Yeah,
just
they're going
to
overboard.
throw it in your face, and they can't. Like, I don't remember this much in Daredevil. I don't.
No, Daredevil used it smart. Like, when Kingpin took that guy's head off of the door, it was
you were like,
oh,
that was
dang.
and like they drank in Daredevil, but it seemed like they always had a reason to drink.
Yeah, because people died, so they went and started drinking. But it's part of her character to be an alcoholic.
yeah, but.
So that makes sense.
But the cussing and the sex especially, because okay, you want to have a sex scene because you want to get rid of the kid friendly. But then like you have like 2 or 3 more in the first 5 episodes, and it's like, we get it, they have sex. Okay,
Yeah, like,
they're
you
turning
can literally
on by
just
each
start
other.
it out and like have them take off the clothes off.
And
It's
then
like
cut.
I can piece the rest of together what happens.
Yeah.
You can fill that in with something really cool.
But they want to show, and for me, like I hate stuff when you put it in a movie I didn't like I like movie 300, but I didn't love it because I felt that they went. I don't know if any of you have seen it or listened to this, but if you've seen 300, you know what I'm talking about. They put in extra amounts of gore just because they could, not because they did.
No, because
like
it's a book written by Frank Miller.
Okay, but when he stabbed
that's
what's his name in the eye, the Cyclops or whatever looking thing, when movies put in
I haven't read 300, but I am assuming
when
it's very
movies
true
put in
to the
something just to
comics.
put it in just because they can,
Because hold on,
it annoys me.
Zack Snyder is really true to the comics, and Frank Miller is a really gory dude with his comics. So I'm assuming that stuff happened. In
Okay,
the comics.
but just like cussing, drinking not as much, but drinking does. Like the sex and the gore.
I
When-
cross out the drinking, but the sex and the cussing really is just to say we're different.
Yeah,
than
when you put it in
than
there
movie
just
Marvel.
to show that you're different, it annoys
That's what it
me.
feels like.
It's like, I know why you're putting it in there. You can stop now. You're different. You know, we already saw maybe this wasn't Daredevil. Maybe if this was the first Netflix show, I could understand a little bit more. But you already had a really successful Netflix show that everyone loved, and you didn't have.
People saying this show is better than Daredevil.
I don't
know
agree.
how.
I don't agree.
I don't see
the
it.
first 5 episodes, I do not agree at all.
Would you say there's anything it does better than Daredevil?
The
Because
villain
Daredevil
might be a
had
little
better
more-
characters too.
The villain
'cause
might be a
hold on.
little more interesting.
Hold on, you got no. I can't rule anything about the villain yet because we know way more about Kingpin than we do about him so far because we haven't. So I can't say anything about comparing the villains. But right now, the characters on Daredevil loved Ben Urich. I loved Foggy and Karen and Daredevil himself.
I liked Foggy and Karen. I didn't love them.
I thought they were great together.
I thought they were good, but I didn't love them.
I really liked it.
I love Daredevil.
There are a few things I had wrong with Daredevil. The few things I've talked about before was how they killed Wesley was retarded.
Yes, it was.
And the friendship between Foggy and Matt was only shown in one flashback. Besides that, we didn't get anything on the modern day. It was like, these guys are best friends?
And that's
really?
the thing we don't talk about the other night is that's something Netflix has issues doing is the friendship aspect. Because like Jessica Jones and Trish are...
No, because that makes sense because remember she had talked about how she hadn't talked to Trish in years. I love how when she talks to Trish, she asks for money, and then Trish comes and like starts talking to her. She's like, "I don't want to see you anymore." It's like, so you just wanted her for her money.
Cliches. I don't want you to get hurt. I'm
Yeah,
dangerous. The cliches are in this show too.
So basically, right now, Jessica Jones is good, but it's not great.
Yeah, I would definitely not put it next to Daredevil.
Yeah, I'd say Daredevil's on another level. I'd say this is on like CW level.
I'd say it's a little better than CW just because of production value. You can tell it's nicer done.
But I mean,
the villain's more interesting definitely than almost anyone that the CW comes up with.
The villain's what really keeps me coming back because I'm like,
and I don't know if they can do this, but the one thing you notice about the Marvel Netflix show that you don't get in the Arrow Flash thing is they don't do the whole villain of the week thing. Like they have an overarching story that they're always sort of figuring out. Like Daredevil, he fought bad guys like every episode. He was still going after the guy. It wasn't like here comes somebody or here comes somebody else.
It wasn't like okay, we gotta wait till it's a mid-season finale, then we can go.
Arrow and Flash, they always have to have a villain every week.
Yeah, that's what happened in Arrow and Flash a lot. It's basically first episode they'll go after the main villain, mid-season finale go after the main villain, season finale they go after the main villain.
Yeah,
the rest of it's really filler.
And the main villain will come in and sprinkle something in here and there. And I told you my main issue with Arrow and Flash is the way they beat the bad guy at the end every time is the most stupid thing in the world.
So basically what I meant to say though was I'd say Jessica Jones is like one step above CW level, like those shows, and it's much better than Arrow right now.
Oh God,
it's much better than Arrow right now. But I'd say it's like a step above CW shows, but it's a couple steps below Daredevil. Daredevil's my favorite superhero show.
Yeah, Daredevil.
My favorite live action superhero show ever. It's so good. But like Jessica Jones is not up to that. I think that's mainly like if this would have been the first show, I think I would have liked it better. But I'm holding it to the standard of Daredevil because so many people said it was better than Daredevil, and I'm watching now.
I don't know why people are saying that. I don't see it. I don't see
either.
it. Like it. I mean, I do like it when she's going around being a private. I do like that part.
Yeah, it's cool.
But the thing, I don't really care that much for her as a character. And then, like I said, what really frustrates me is you don't understand what the villain can do and what he can't do.
Okay, I just want to go over real quick the pros and cons right now. Right now, Luke Cage and Kilgrave are really cool. Even though we got very little Kilgrave, but he's really cool when he's on screen. Luke Cage is just awesome. Like Luke Cage is the dude who plays him. I don't remember his name. What's it?
They make him a good character. They don't make him some idiot or something, some stupid guy that like.
Yeah, and he's one of the few people that does not put up with Jessica's crap.
Yeah, and he's got the only thing I really like about him, he's got a really good moral center. Like he's really good with like the way he is. He's not like how I know that like that she's gonna turn more into like a moralish character because she's gonna get with him. Although that'd be really stupid if they change that where he becomes more loose. No. But and he feels like a. Like Dylan made a point the other day we were watching that it feels like a lot of the characters in the show are characters. Yeah, they're not people. Luke Cage feels like a person. Like he feels like someone that you could actually run into in the street. Jessica Jones feels like a character. Like they don't, and that's the hard part.
Not as much, but hold on, just one thing I want to say about the fact that people are more like caricatures than they are actual people. For instance, she's got these neighbors that are twins that like are possibly banging each other or something.
It's really awkward.
And then they do really weird stuff. And then she goes to visit this one lady, and she's got like pictures of Jesus everywhere and like crosses everywhere. And then she's like, "Come pray with us, God bless you," and all this stuff like everything. It's like, that's like a lot of these people are just really over the board caricatures. They're not like normal people, and then she runs into weird people all the time throughout. Yeah, and it's just like, why can't you just have normal characters like Daredevil? Why do you have to throw in these caricatures of people like these overboard? It's like why do you do that? It's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, whoever Daredevil met, they had their own motivations, but they weren't like that was a really good point. Like that's what I love about Luke Cage. He feels real. Like he had to put up with a lot of the crap because that's what a normal person would do. They wouldn't just be like, oh, you're gonna keep doing this to me, I'm just gonna keep taking it. Eventually there's gonna come a line, and he just stops at the very beginning, which you can admire because he just puts it aside. But I'm sure they're gonna do. I don't know. He's good, but I'm sure there's gonna be. I don't want to spoil anything about what I want to say, but there'll be stuff with him down the line, but. I love him. Kilgrave's cool, although what frustrates me about him is his power works half the time, other time it doesn't work.
It works 90% of the time. We've only seen it not work once.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess whatever.
So that would be like 99% of the time. We've only seen it not work once.
It just makes no sense right now, and there's really no way to explain that besides like. There's not.
They could explain it. They could be like, if there's so much adrenaline in your body or something.
If you're emotionally disturbed.
Yeah, something.
So Batman.
Yeah.
You can't do anything. My parents are dead.
He's one of the most emotionally disturbed heroes ever. Even though, like, Martian Manhunter lost a whole planet, including his wife and kid. But Batman loses his parents. It's like, oh no, it's the worst thing ever.
Maybe they were, like, mutilated, but they were just shot. Like, they weren't,
I know, they were just shot.
Like,
they weren't
torture or something. They were just shot. I mean, not to say, like, if your parents have been shot, it's anything that's
that's really bad, but
comparatively
to Martian Manhunter, it's like Martian Manhunter's not crying all the time.
Or Kyle, what's his name? Kyle Ren? Or what's his name?
Kylo Ren? What?
No, I can't Star Wars.
Kyle Rayner, who had his girlfriend
he got shoved in a refrigerator. The other one's been murdered. I mean that'd be hard to see the love of your life like that. But Batman, man, he can't take.
That's what drives him.
I mean, I'm not saying you should be able to take that, but in comparative to, his psyche is more damaged than anybody's.
Yeah, like a lot of other
and he had a good father figure to look up to, too. It wasn't like Alfred was some
Alfred was the
jerk.
best. And he was rich, dude. Like, that's the thing about Batman. Like, so many other people turned out way better than he did that went through way worse.
But this is a Marvel bashing podcast, so shut your mouth.
Anyways, back to Jessica Jones. Oh my gosh, 3 times in one podcast. I think this is a new record. Let's see.
Probably is.
I gotta answer this. Okay, and we're back. So, yeah, I was counting down the pros and cons of Jessica Jones. And first off was that Luke Cage and Kilgrave are really good characters.
Yes, they are.
So far, of course, we don't know a whole lot about Kilgrave, but right now he's got me really interested. The overarching story has me pretty interested as well. I want to find out more about what Kilgrave has done and everything, what he did to Jessica Jones and stuff. And I want to see more about how this all plays out. The PI stuff is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And that's, I'd say, kind of it for the pros. The cons are they spend a lot of time on useless crap. I don't care about the fact that her boss is having trouble with her marriage. I don't care about her weird neighbors.
Yeah.
Like
there was one, we were talking about how they do like overarching storylines. There was one part of the one episode where they did feel like it was a filler part where like she's investigating this woman who wants her to do something.
Oh yeah. It was a little side story.
It was like a side story, had almost nothing to do with the main story, and that was like, I was like, that feels like they had nothing to write there, and so they just tried to distract you for an episode. And so I have to admit, there was like a one
Another
filler
thing they're
part.
bringing in, that they brought in Daredevil's fact that people died in New York. It's like, we never saw anyone.
And there had not been any consequences from that.
I know. But in the shows, they're like, hundreds died in New York during the invasion.
Spider-Man's here now, so where the heck is Spider-Man at?
I don't know. But,
no, I want to know, where's
in
Spider-Man
the movies,
at?
we never, like, it wasn't even implied. Like, in Man of Steel, you didn't see someone just, like, straight up getting murdered, I don't think. But, well, at least not all the time. But it was heavily implied that a good amount of people died. In Avengers, it was basically implied that no one died.
Yeah, just the aliens, the evil aliens.
Like, seriously, they cornered all those people and didn't even try to kill them. Remember? They got them all cornered in that building, and Captain America came and saved the day. They could have killed everyone, but they decided not to, so...
Yeah, they all called it the incident, too. I don't get that. Like, you own the property. Why don't you just call it what it was? Like, the incident... No,
what do you call it? The Battle of New York is what a lot of people just call it.
They call it the incident in Jessica Jones.
Well, what else would you call it?
The alien invasion?
That's what they said earlier. They said aliens invaded in the show.
That.
They said that.
I just remember being called the incident. I don't like that.
Remember
and they were like... They won't call him Hulk. They call him the big green guy.
It's because no one knows his name. Only S.H.I.E.L.D. does. They're not like, hey, we got this guy named Hulk.
They all say the big green guy and his gang of crew. Wouldn't you call it Iron Man because Iron Man came out to the world?
What?
It's like they just don't want to mention the Avengers at all. I don't get that.
No, they want to mention the Avengers. They said it a lot. Stop pressing on the cord.
I don't get some of that, but that's me. But yeah, Luke Cage and Kilgrave are cool. My issue with Kilgrave, it doesn't seem like his power is consistent, and I hate it when they.
There's only one part where it hasn't. You're acting like it's been happening.
Yeah, but
times in the show.
But it annoys me because then there was nothing in that flashback which showed her doing something besides just walking away to stop it. And then when you find out what his weakness is,
It's so stupid.
that was really stupid. Really
His weakness
stupid.
is the same as every single other human being's. Okay, also for cons, I don't think the actress is very good. Plays just Kristen Ritter, I think is her name.
Kristen Ritter or something.
Yeah. She's not bad, but she's like serviceable, and especially when you're coming from Charlie Cox, who was great as Daredevil and owned the role, and you're coming to someone who's serviceable as Jessica Jones. Like, I just don't feel like she's that great. I know a lot of people love her, but in my personal opinion, I just don't think she's that great as Jessica Jones.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of part where it's like, if that would have been good acting. Well, if that would have been like great acting, it would have been a lot better scene. Like there are these scenes where it's like, okay, it's supposed to be her sort of Oscar type moment.
And one of my issues with the show is, right, she's super strong. She got all this super strength, okay? So she doesn't need to be walking around like she's like super tough all the time, and she does. Like Luke Cage, like when he goes, he doesn't sit there and act like he's super tough. Like when he was fighting the guy, there's a bar fight in like episode 1 or 2, and he's just like
Episode 1.
He's like throwing him around and stuff, and it's like no big deal. But she's got like, she's like trying to be.
Not when she's throwing him around.
No, but when she's just walking around, she's like trying to be tough, and it's like, if you're tough, you don't need to act tough. Like
yeah,
Luke Cage,
I agree with that,
Luke Cage doesn't act tough. You just know he's tough. She's trying to act tough, and it gets
That's what I'm saying about the whole
like
acting
Laurel.
thing.
How Laurel's always like
That people can't see you. He's crossing his arms. Just
crossing
like
his arm and get that mad look on my face. Like, how the hell dare you look?
The really long horse face.
Yes. Danny's coming after you for that
I
one.
don't care. Anyways, Jessica. Let's see. We're going down the cons. Acting's not too great from Jessica Jones' part. They spend a lot of time on useless crap. Any other cons for the show right now?
I want Daredevil to show up.
That's not a
Hell's Kitchen is a small area. I looked on the map in New York City.
Doesn't mean you're gonna
He
be
should be
running straight into
around
people.
there. He's a blind man.
Okay, what does that have to do with... When was the last time you saw a blind person, Ian?
I was thinking of the comment you made when watching Daredevil when the guy lost his walking stick.
What?
Remember when the guy loses his walking stick and you're like, well, that must be really cheap.
Yeah. That's because Daredevil threw his walking stick.
I lost.
I was just saying, because it's
I
probably...
lost my train of... Dylan, we were watching Dylan was like...
No, it's when Daredevil throws his walking stick and then like parkours up a building to follow the blind guy to the heroin factory. That's what happened. Because Ian was like, someone just threw that walking stick, it's just gone. I said, well, he's a blind guy, so they're probably losing it.
Pretty cheap.
I mean, like, you gotta imagine that's a bit. You gotta imagine you think blind people will be losing their walking sticks every once in a while, so he's probably got multiple.
It was just funny.
If some blind guy said I lost my walking stick, would you be laughing at him? No, you wouldn't.
No, I feel sorry for him, but the way you said it, it was funny when we were watching it.
I'm just saying, it's not.
You'd probably also like it better if you hadn't watched the end of Daredevil with me again, like the last 3 episodes.
What?
Because you won't remember how good Daredevil was.
Yeah.
Especially the fights in Daredevil were so much better than these fight scenes.
Right now, the fight scenes are crap because she's just throwing people
Like,
around.
whenever there's a fight scene, I actually don't like it. I don't want a fight scene because
Same here,
her investigating is more interesting than her fighting.
It is, because she's literally just taking people and throwing them. And then, like, it makes no sense. She's got super strength, and she's punching guys, and then they get straight back up. It's like...
Yeah, that made no sense. Like, once you punch them so hard they get knocked out, you break their face or something.
Break their face, their entire face.
Like Batman.
Batman doesn't care.
That's what
Oh,
yeah.
Hold on, we gotta get hold on. She said her weakness is occasionally I give a damn. She gives a damn all the damn time.
All the time. Like
seriously,
there's never a part where
gets
she doesn't
invested
care.
all the time, but she's like, occasionally I give a damn. She cares about the drug dealer guy. I mean, not drug dealer, the junkie. She cares. Oh gosh, she cares
about her best friend. She cares about this person. She cares about the cop, even though later she doesn't care about the cop. But then she'll care about the cop. She
cares about Luke Cage. Even though she left him, but now she's.
That's what I'm saying. Luke Cage.
That's not a spoiler.
Luke Cage says something to her one time, and he follows through with it. She says something like to Luke Cage, and then she does the opposite, and it's like, well, if you're gonna say that, you might as well stick to it. But
she should.
Hypocrisy at its finest. Laurel, where art thou?
No, I like Jessica Jones way better than Laurel.
I know, but I'm just saying Laurel is the most hypocritical
I like
character.
Jessica Jones. I don't love Jessica Jones.
What about Laurel?
I hate Laurel. Anyways, so yeah, I think that's it about Jessica Jones. So,
I love Iris.
Next week we might go fully into spoilers because we should have the show done by
yes.
then. So we might go fully into spoilers, Jessica Jones. But this was just our impressions off like the first 5 or 6 episodes. and no spoilers. So now we're gonna talk about some other stuff. Wonder Woman photo. That photo, it looks so stupid. Like, that is Wonder Woman. That's Wonder Woman. Are you serious? How is that, like... I was talking on Twitter about this, how I was like, it doesn't look like Wonder Woman at all, and then Hitor, who's a friend of mine who's a modder and stuff, he was saying he likes casting as Wonder Woman, which is good for him, but he was saying how, because I was saying, no one told me that was Wonder Woman, I had no idea it was Wonder Woman. He was like, well, she's just wearing a cloak, you'd have no idea it's Wonder Woman. I said, Henry Cavill, when he's just wearing a t-shirt, he looks like Superman still. She never looks like Wonder Woman. Even in a Wonder Woman costume, she doesn't look like Wonder Woman. That's my problem. She does not look anything like Wonder Woman.
I really have no comment on that photo because I literally don't care enough about Wonder Woman. I don't care enough about her as Wonder Woman to give a comment. My issue with this is everyone. You can say she looks great, right? That's your prerogative, right? I don't care. That's your thing. We still have not seen her act or carry a movie, and you're gonna ask her to play a big role in Batman vs Superman, which she better not have, which she does.
This is the biggest female superhero role of all time.
It is.
This is Wonder Woman. She is the biggest female superhero. This is huge.
Look, Black Widow, who everyone can argue before the movie, she wasn't a big character, right? She wasn't a top-tier Marvel character, right? You wouldn't expect that. And they went out and got Scarlett Johansson, who's a respected actress at that point. For like, those the biggest... Yeah, she's more respected now, but when they got her, she wasn't, as big as she is now. Yeah. But
she's been in the highlight.
Well, terrible movie. For the biggest female superhero, the catalyst, they're going to say this is going to bring the women's superhero back. Women's superhero, they don't sell well at the box office. You go look at the records. They have not sold well. So you're going to try and bring them back
not bring them back, start them. No one started them yet.
And you're going to get Gal Gadot, who has not carried any movie.
But she's been Fast and Furious.
And she was a supporting character.
From what I heard, her acting wasn't very good.
It wasn't.
I haven't seen it.
And you're going to tell me she is going to play a pivotal role in Batman vs Superman, which makes me really mad, and then she's going to carry the flag for women's superheroes and say, we're going to make a ton of money off this. I'm more excited about Chris Pine. But
I'm just not excited about the movie at all.
The photo woman, I don't care enough about her as Wonder Woman. I don't think she could be a good Wonder Woman. You can say I'm negative about it. Go ahead. I've seen her acting.
I'm hoping she proves me wrong.
The only reason I have hope for her is because Natalie Portman. Because that she went from absolute garbage.
Here's what I was saying about Natalie Portman. She was absolutely terrible in the Star Wars
garbage.
prequels. Just her acting was terrible. But outside the Star Wars prequels, she's a great actress.
Yeah, she got good somehow. So there is.
And for everyone saying it's George Lucas' directing that screwed her up. Ewan McGregor was still great.
Yeah, and Hayden Christensen got better in episode 3. He did get better, and
he still wasn't good.
He wasn't that great. The writing, but there was a lot of issue with the writing. There was. But like you said, Obi-Wan could deliver the lines and make you still care about them. I mean, Obi-Wan has some really stupid lines, but they weren't. The acting was still like there. How Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman's lines were. The acting was still there.
No, because they delivered them terribly. The acting was still there.
You're going down a path I can't follow. That acting was comparative to what's her name? But I honestly don't care enough about her as Wonder Woman. I do like Wonder Woman, but I don't care enough about her as Wonder Woman until I see that she can act, which I'm going to have forced down my throat during Batman vs Superman to decide if I'm going to go see that movie or not.
Okay. Another thing is, Roy's returning to Arrow, thank God. Maybe he'll show up and kill everyone.
Oh, yes.
That's what I want to happen.
He'll be the new James Bond.
And someone like, I don't know, mind controls him or something.
I mean, I'm sure it'll be something stupid.
So he just kills everyone. Yeah, it probably will be stupid. Like, maybe Theo will have a down moment. She needs Roy.
She's already dating somebody that's 40 years older than her.
Oh, true.
Maybe he'll get jealous.
That's what's gonna happen.
You went on without me. You left.
Well, he might be with Cheshire now. That'd be cool.
What?
Read comics.
Cheshire Cat?
Yes. Cheshire is her name. She's an assassin. Anyway, she had a lot of stuff to do with him and Slade too.
But I'm really excited. I loved Roy as a character. I hate when they got rid of him.
It's funny how his suit magically fits Thea perfectly.
Yeah, that's definitely not whatever, but
like they're like the same height, but he's a lot bigger than she is.
Yeah, it was stupid, but.
You still have not seen the newest episode of Arrow.
I haven't had
newest episode of Arrow was really good.
I
think James Bamford's his name.
I saw a fight scene. I did. They posted a fight scene. I watched. It was really good. It was. Yeah, it was refreshingly good.
That's what I'm saying. He's the stunt coordinator in in this entire season. The fights have been just so blah and like It's just like, okay, standard Arrow fight, one person fighting like 3 guys, swinging their stuff around. The way his directing made the fight scenes look awesome.
I think they gotta take a cue from Daredevil. I know they have 10 more episodes in Daredevil, so they have to make it more interesting and stuff.
10 less episodes than Daredevil.
10 more episodes per season.
No, they have more episodes. Daredevil has less.
That's what I'm saying. They have 10 more episodes a season than Daredevil.
Never mind.
They don't need to do a fight every week. I think that's why their coordination's not near as good, because they do one every week, and so it gets really stale. You know?
What else are you gonna do? Ian, you have a ton of characters no one cares about. What else are you gonna do if you're not fighting?
That's so true.
It is. And one thing that I thought was really
I don't
cool
know. Never mind.
in this fight scene was the fact that Oliver used his bow mid-combat. He's fighting guys, and he pulls out some arrows and starts shooting them. I thought that was so cool.
Then you really need him to go back to killing, because they really do. They really need that.
But yeah,
I mean, like,
so I'm really excited for Roy to return to Arrow.
Watch him kill Roy. He'll be the one character that stays dead.
That would suck. Another thing is, who do we think is Zoom? We talked about this a bit. I don't remember. Someone asked us on Twitter who Zoom was. I don't remember who. I'm sorry. I think it was 52 was new or Slazzy.
He didn't ask me. Maybe Slazzy asked you. I think it was Slazzy.
I don't remember. Someone asked me. I'm sorry. I don't remember. Oh yeah, and Danny asked us about talking about Roy returning to Arrow and Jessica Jones so far. I don't remember who asked us who was, because I went through my Twitter mentions and I couldn't find it. But someone asked us to talk about who Zoom is, I think. So I was saying before, and a lot of other people share this opinion with me too, is that I think it's his dad. I think his dad, Earth 2, Barry's dad, is Zoom.
I think it's Eddie from Earth 2.
You think it's Eddie from Earth 2?
I think it's Eddie. 'Cause I feel like, I mean, his dad's important and all. I'm not the point, but I think Eddie was such a big character and everyone loved him so much that I think they're definitely going to bring him back. And then Iris will go off the hell.
That's
like
what I'm
Laurel
saying.
did.
I'm hoping it's not, because then Iris will be like, Eddie.
And then Laurel will be like, it's nothing compared to Tommy.
Because I like Iris right now. And if they bring Eddie into it, I'm not going to like Iris. I can guarantee it. Because they're going to do something so stupid with her character.
They sure will.
And it's just like,
And then I got help out. I think it was 52 is new.
Yeah, it's 52 is new.
He asked me to do a Flash style fan fiction. So I don't know if he's asking me for
CW Flash,
CW Flash, or Flash in
comics.
Well, I'll do
really
Flash.
Couldn't think of the word. Comics.
I'll do Flash in comics. Okay, so here we go.
What do you even know about Flash?
6 part. Yes, I do.
What do you even know? I said.
Oh,
you know what you've read in Green Lantern. All you know is the fact that he's like been a Blue Lantern.
He can outrun. He can run back in time.
He can outrun death.
Yes.
That's what was so cool was when oh dang! I can't.
Barry in the comics is nothing like Barry in the show.
No, he's they're way
nothing
different.
like.
Barry in the comics is way better. Barry
Yes,
in the
he
show is my least favorite character in the Flash.
It's kind of like that with Jessica Jones. Like, she's like your least favorite character.
That's very true.
Anyway, let me get back to it.
But I like Jessica Jones better than I like Barry.
Yes, I guess.
Yes, I do.
Barry has his moments.
Like this.
Few and far
did
between.
you watch the last episode?
No,
You still haven't watched Arrow Flash. But anyways, last episode, Barry pity party the whole time.
That's why I
annoyed
haven't watched
the
it.
crap out of me.
The
whole time, he's just like, the guy beat me up in front of everyone. They gave me the key to the city. They trust me. It's like Anakin. He was Anakin. I hated it. Oh gosh, he was just crying, and it was like, shut up, Barry. So someone came in to give him a pep. Hey, Jimmy. Someone came in to give him a pep talk. And it was just like, dude. God.
Okay, so this is what would happen. 7-part miniseries, right?
Okay. Oh, you can't even think of anything.
I was gonna say it, but I think everyone. All right, so the episode opens.
Jay Garrick. That's who I was thinking of.
The episode. The miniseries opens in Metropolis.
Hold on, I just want to say something. My favorite quote from any Flash comic is during Rebirth, or was it Final Crisis? I think it was Rebirth when Jay Garrick says, because they're like Barry's back and everything. And it was Final Crisis Rebirth, and Jake Eric's like, little known fact, Barry can run faster than the speed of light, and Death cannot. And I was like, that's so cool. And that was how he outran Death.
All right, so here's what it was. It starts in Metropolis, right? And it starts with Superman. And Superman is coming down, like, he's like descending into an alley.
Flash comic starring with Superman. Sounds great.
In Metropolis.
And Hal Jordan comes and kills everyone,
Hold up.
including Batman. Boom.
Well, Batman is impaled.
Oh,
Alright, so Batman's impaled. And
by who?
Superman's descending down.
Who impaled?
You gotta let me tell my damn story!
You gotta tell me who impaled him.
And Barry's there, but Barry's not in his suit. He's doing a crime scene. Superman's talking to him. They're like, what happened here? And Barry's like, I don't know. It looks like,
What's he impaled by?
a sword. Like it looks like
Someone just stabbed him and left the sword in him.
Yeah, they literally impaled him. So he's like
Well, yeah, I didn't expect impaled to mean something else other than literal.
It's got Atlantean writing on it.
I meant figuratively impaled.
So it's got Atlantean writing on it.
Atlantean. Oh, Aquaman.
So Barry and Superman talk for a
or
little bit.
Ocean Master.
So
Or-
Barry goes and he goes to the Justice League Tower and he calls up Aquaman, and Aquaman's like,
What's up, bruh?
"What's up, bro?"
Huh?
I was like, "Did you sleep with my wife?"
Outrageous!
He asked him
We
about
talked about Brave and the Bold one episode.
and and Aquaman tells him that they were raided a few days ago by Black Manta and a couple of hired guns, and they stole a lot of stuff from Atlantis. So Barry goes to find
security sucks.
So Barry goes to find Black Manta. He finds him in Coast City.
Mm-hmm. Hal's coming.
And they have a fight, and the fight ends with Barry beating the guy to a pulp. Like Barry beats Black Manta to a pulp. And Black Manta's
where's Hal?
He's off planet right now. And Barry, don't worry.
Good old Hal off planet. Not even protecting his own city.
And then Black Manta's like, you don't want to know what you're
Did
getting
Cyborg
into.
Super Mongol come and destroy Coast City?
He's like, you don't want to know what you're getting into. And he's like, why is that? Issue 1 and Issue 2 opens up with Barry now going to Gotham City to talk to Nightwing. So
Why is Nightwing in Gotham?
Because someone's got to protect Gotham while
Who's
Batman's
protecting
dead.
Bloodhaven now?
Red Hood is.
Red Hood? Why would Red Hood do that?
Because he owes him a favor.
What? The Red Hood doesn't care. Jason doesn't care.
Because Nightwing beats the crap out of him if he doesn't.
I
Anywho, let me
have
do
it
my
all
story.
Jason's
So
a little
Nightwing's
prick.
like, what happened? He's like, Black Manta told me that a group of rogues, these like a secret organization came out and they were
Spectre.
They were put on.
After
They
all
were
your
they were
pain.
put. Batman had a hit put on him, and they knew this Atlantean sword could stab through like any armor.
Oh, really? That's it?
It had magic, and so that's
You know
that's
what
they
else
tell
can
him.
stab through Batman?
What?
Anything.
But his
Just
suit.
stab it
His
straight
suit.
to his chin.
His suit.
Shoot him in the chin.
So he's like, I have to find this group. They're in Gotham somewhere. So while they're there, the Court of Owls come. Flash and Nightwing team up. They beat the tar out of the Court of Owls, and they learn that one of the members of the Court of Owls had formerly had been an agent of this organization, had been kicked out.
Oh.
So the issue ends with him and
How long has this organization been around?
they don't know. So they take him back and they start to torture him basically.
It's a little weird.
Eh.
Remember, Court Owls generally don't take people from other organizations.
You don't.
All the Talons are hundreds of years old.
So while they're there beating the tar out of this guy, he reveals that Guy Gardner's a part of that. Guy Gardner was in this before.
Is this organization?
Yes, before.
Guy
before.
Gardner a Red Lantern right now, or
No,
Green
he's
Lantern?
a Green Lantern.
What?
So they go to find Guy Gardner. They find Guy Gardner, and he's being
Dead.
No,
Ugh.
he's being held captive by Captain Cold.
Captain
Well,
Cold.
this is issue 3 now.
How did he capture Guy Gardner? Please tell me. Guy
He's
Gardner's
not an idiot like he's
pretty
in the
incompetent, but
because
Guy
he's
he's
Guy
not
Gardner's an
incompetent enough for Captain Cold to capture him.
He froze
Is this
him.
New 52 Captain Cold?
Yes.
Okay, so that means he's got ice powers.
Oh, it is.
Yes.
Never mind. He's
And
old
not
Captain
New
Cold.
52 Captain. Okay.
So he's captured him. He's got him like frozen, and he can't really get out.
Could not capture.
So
Guy
while
Gardner.
so while Flash is there, he fights
Captain
Captain
Cold
Cold.
couldn't capture Guy Gardner.
Yes, he could, because Guy Gardner is an idiot.
Yes, he is, but he's not that stupid.
Yes, he is.
Not to let Captain Cold capture him.
Yes, he is.
No, he's
Anywho,
not.
so Guy Gardner's there, and while Flash fights Captain Cold, he beats the tar out of Captain Cold. He's like, I need to get to him.
This is I think Flash fans like some of this purely because Flash is beating the crap out of everyone he sees. Why can't he be like this on the show?
I know, and so he goes. He eventually beats Captain Cold. Captain Cold is like, no, he was planning something bad. And while he goes over to Guy Gardner, he gets to Guy Gardner. He's like, tell me about.
Where is she?
He's like, tell me about what happened.
Where are the drugs
Then
going?
you were in some type of organization. Who was it? And he was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't.
And then Barry takes him out of the icing, and he starts attacking Barry. And so there's this huge fight that ensues.
Captain
and,
Cold just captured him, so Barry should have no problem.
and Barry's getting the crap kicked out of him.
Hold on. How does Guy Gardner lose to Captain Cold,
You're about
but
to
then
find
beat
out.
the crap
You're
out
about
of
to find
Flash?
out. And Captain Cold saves Barry, and they get away from Guy Gardner. Guy Gardner's under some type of mind control.
Oh!
Okay.
Plot twist.
So now we're in issue 4. So we find out that he's being mind controlled by this organization that employs that like these are these really specialized, smart individuals that are really strong, and some of the guys hold a Guy Gardner. Okay. So episode 5, they're going around, they're trying to find out. They call up Superman because like we need some help. So Superman comes to Central City and he's like, "What's going on?" And they tell him what's going on. So Superman goes out with them. They set a trap for Guy and they capture Guy. They need Superman's help. They capture Guy. and Guy tells him that he was taken aboard some type of ship when he was in outer space.
His probes.
Yeah, basically, and he got attacked. And Superman's like, it sounds like Brainiac.
Oh!
So Superman goes off to find Brainiac.
Brainiac just cares about knowledge.
He goes out to try. Well, I mean,
And taking over places for knowledge.
he goes out to try and find
There's
that.
some inconsistencies.
How?
Because some of the stuff doesn't line up with Guy Gardner or Brainiac. Okay, just keep going.
So Superman goes off there, and Flash like, I need to go back to. I need to stay here to find out what's going on
Say where?
in Central City.
Okay.
So he's staying there, and this group comes after Barry. So there's a big throwdown where Barry's fighting them, and they have like these weapons that slow down time. Like they can shoot like an area, and like just think of like a pocket where in that time gravity increases, and when gravity increases, time slows down. So if Barry hits one of these pockets, he slows down. Okay.
Barry would have to be really stupid to hit one of those pockets.
No, because they can. It's like rapid fire. Where like it's like a bubble. Like imagine like a bubble like this just opens all
Barry
by.
just like, I'm not gonna go there, and just sidesteps it.
Yeah, but I mean when we have like 7 guys shooting all around you like that.
So that means they're slowed down too.
No, because
And
you have to
Flash
be
is
in the
faster than
pocket.
him, so BAM!
So all that's going on, and then Hal comes to help him out. They
Hal's finally
they
back.
capture these guys. They learn that the organization is called the Order
Spectre.
of the Moss.
Are you serious? The Order of Saint Dumas?
Order of Saint Dumas, and they have
Why are
been
these guys all of a sudden using like weird gravity guns and crap?
because they learn they have to adapt, and they're taking over Gotham because they said Batman did a terrible job.
Why are they in Coast City?
Huh?
Why are they in Coast City?
Because now they're trying because they've essentially taken over Gotham because even though Batman's still there, they know it's
You
not.
said Nightwing was there protecting
They know
him.
it's not Batman. They know it's not Bruce Wayne. So now they're trying to expand to take over other cities because they're tired of letting these heroes get off and kill people. Because Two-Face has been killed already, and so has Penguin.
Okay.
And so they're there to stop them.
Okay.
So they learned that in that episode. So issue 6, they learn that the head places in Gotham. So they go back to Gotham. They team up with Nightwing, and they go to hit up
7-Eleven?
no Ace Chemicals. That's what they're located at.
Okay, close.
Well, they find out Joker's there. Yeah.
Oh!
Shocker. Joker shoots Nightwing and shoots Hal. Doesn't kill him, but wounds him pretty.
How does he wound Hal if he's shooting him?
Because Hal protects him from what do you call it, death blows, but it doesn't protect him from like he can still feel pain. And so it takes him because he's shooting them all. There's more than just Joker.
If any
there.
other writer would have had Joker shoot him, you would have been so mad.
Yeah, probably.
Like, retarded so doing
so
it.
they're basically out of commission. Barry has to save them. He has to stop Joker. He stops Joker, throws him in jail, and then Joker gets killed by the Order of Saint Dumas.
Oh.
Joker's impaled the way Batman was.
Okay, why were they in Ace Chemicals and why?
Because Saint Dumas took that place over as their
but
ground.
Joker's there.
They wanted Joker to come there because they knew Joker. That's his like home turf. They wanted to kill Joker.
Joker. Okay, whatever.
And Barry then goes and finds that the main guy is named Thomas.
Thomas Wayne.
No, just Thomas, and he has like mind control powers. So Barry has to run to fight him. He tries to mind control Barry, so Barry has to reverse time, go back and kill him while he's trying to mind control like future like Barry, because he goes back in time where Barry's still there. So while he's
the other dude's going back in time.
no, Barry is. So let's say like he's trying. So
he's going back in time where there's 2 Barrys.
yes,
Okay.
and he has to go kill him while he's mind controlling the other Barry,
Okay.
and then that ends that.
So he kills the guy.
Yes,
Okay.
Batman died in the
Why is
first
the guy's
one.
name Thomas?
I don't know, Saint Dumas, whatever.
Saint Thomas is
Yeah.
what you're trying to say.
It was
Even though
good.
Saint
It was
Dumas-
interesting. I hope that was a good stand here for you. I tried to
Kind
come
of
up with
really abrupt ending. Though.
I had to come up with more.
He kills Thomas.
I had to come up with more.
What about Thomas?
more advanced
Thomas
theory.
the Tank Engine.
Thomas Tank Engine.
Okay, that's I think that's gonna do it for this episode of Nerd Talk. I hope you guys enjoyed. Next week we're maybe talking about Jessica Jones fully. We probably will. I'm trying to get Ian to read comics so we can talk about one, but he won't do it. He won't. He literally just sits around and won't do it. So trying to convince him to read comics. It's a really short one. Punisher Black and White. You need to read it.
Okay.
It's really short and it's a good story and something we can talk
Okay.
about. And so anyways, try to get to that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.